Guys, this is what the today's point, and the name of the point is energy generation using the wind energy. And here the source of energy is called nothing but a wind, and the source of energy wind, we utilize a kind of energy which is present in the flowing wind. It is called the kinetic energy, and this kinetic energy is utilized to create the electrical energy using a device called as the generator. Now let's see what is the execution path for this. So in front of you there are two diagrams are there. First, it is called the constructions of the wind turbine along with the generator, and second is what is the flow of the flow of the energy from source up to the destination. Different types of points are to be considered here. First of all, for example, suppose someone asks you what is the principle, on which principle the electricity generation or the energy generation using the wind energy is based on. So the answer is like that, it is based on the electromagnetic induction. What is the source of energy? If you observe on the left hand side, you have found the source. What is the source? The source is what is this? It is the air. And where this air gets struck like a strike. So if you observe, this is nothing but a part, it is called wind turbine, or it is also called as the blades. Here this air get strike, and because of that these blades are start to rotating, and this rotation is nothing but it having a limited speed, but this much of speed or this much of rotations are not useful for us to create the electricity. So you have to convert into the more RPM. What is RPM? Revolution per minutes, which in turn connected to the generator. And when generators start to rotate with a sufficient speed, then there is a production of the electricity, and that electricity we are using in our day-to-day life. Okay, now let us start how the execution path is going on. First of all, we utilize the kinetic energy which is present in the wind, which is used to strike these blades. And once the blades start rotating, in turn the turbine is start to rotate. It is called wind turbine, and this turbine having, after starting the rotation, it start to rotate, it is the energy which is present in the turbine, it is the kinetic energy. And this kinetic energy of the turbine, this turbine device is used to connect the generator. And once the turbine is rotated, the generator also rotate, and inside the generator a magnet is there, and when the magnet start rotating, because of the principle of EMI, the generator on basis of the kinetic energy, that is called rotation, when the generator rotate, so here as an output you got the electrical energy or the electricity, and this energy we are using in our day-to-day life. So now the question is, what, although they are not moving that much of speed, what you want exactly to create the electricity? So what should be the alternate arrangement? If you observe, some kinds of there is a devices are there in between the blades and the generator. What is that? For example, here there are two shafts you observe. This is the first shaft and this is the second shaft. In between the shaft you found there is a gearbox. All this arrangement is used to increase the RPM, that is called revolution per minute. A sufficient RPM near to 1000 RPM to 1800 RPM, which in turn rotate the turbine and which is connected to the generator. So let's see one by one what is the function of all these. First of all, when this air when it strike on the turbine or the blades start to rotate, and here there is a shaft is there. If I want to more clear this shaft, actually its name is low speed shaft. What is that? Low speed shaft, and it is connected in between the gearbox and the blades. The gearbox and the blades, and it is called low speed shaft. So what it exactly does? It transfer the mechanical energy. It transfer the mechanical energy of these blades to the gearbox. And here if you observe, the speed of the low speed shaft is near to 30 to 60 RPM. Next, this is what the gearbox. This is the name and this is the instrument. What is the use of the gearbox? Gearbox is used to improve the speed, that is called RPM, and this gearbox is used for this purpose only. And once this gearbox is rotating with the high speed, here there is again one more shaft is connected, and this is called high speed shaft. Now this shaft, high speed shaft, is connected between turbine gearbox and the generator, and here as a output or the function of the high speed shaft is used to transfer the kinetic energy of the turbine to the kinetic energy for the generator, because also of course when the turbine start rotate, generator also rotate, so he just transfer the energy from turbine to generator. Now question is what, just like load speed shaft, what is the rate of the, at which rate the high speed shaft is moving? So this high speed shaft is moving at a rate of 1000 rpm to 1800 rpm, which in turn generate the electricity as a required value near to 50 hertz to 60 hertz, and you got the electricity, and this electricity we are using in our day to day life. So this is what exactly the transformation of the kinetic energy which is present in the wind into the electrical energy, which in turn generated by the generator using windmill. It is also called as, this complete diagram is also called as the construction and working of the windmill.